If you're new to fasting, or maybe you've tried it before but you're struggling to see results, honestly, I'm not surprised. There is so much mixed information trying to sell you something. Fasting Tube is independent and focusing on real information. Let's get started with today's video.
The question, has anyone lost weight while doing intermittent fasting? If so, how were you successful? I have practiced fasting now for around a year and a half. Not as much as some, but I have spent a lot of time learning about it. One thing I have learned is intermittent fasting is merely just a tool to help you lose weight. Just a tool. This was my personal transformation using fasting. Personally, I never could control how much I ate. Even as a kid, I was more overweight than I liked. For me, it always seemed as if I was always hungry no matter what. I could have a huge meal and then find myself back in the kitchen within an hour or two. The before picture above was me back in January 2016. I reached a tipping point where I had enough. I hated not being confident. I hated being unhappy with how I looked. I lived in Florida and I was afraid to take my shirt off at the beach or pool. I was letting the look of my body dictate my happiness. So I had enough. I was finished not being in control. I wanted to learn everything I could so that I would never have to worry about it ever again. Intermittent fasting was becoming a big marketing hype subject around then. Everyone was talking about its amazing benefits. What I learned is that it can help you lose weight. It will not lose weight for you. What I learned, it is not a magic solution for weight loss. Is fasting another weight loss fad? A guide to fasting. If you eat poorly and too much food, you will still gain weight while practicing it. The reason why it works is because it naturally will cause you to eat less. The reason why it worked for me is because I never had something to control how much I ate. By eating within a 68-hour window, it was almost impossible for me to eat more than when I ate for 12 hours. That's why it can help. You are less likely to eat as much food. Tips. It's a weight loss tool, not a religion. If you have to eat, eat. Fasting for an extra hour will have a very minimal effect. And many times it's better to eat a healthy meal now rather than waiting longer. When you wait too long, sometimes you may not make a better decision when you're starving. It's a weight loss tool, not a religion. You aren't starving yourself in the sense that it's unhealthy. You are controlling your eating. You aren't starving yourself. Drink liquids during the fasting period. Personally, I stick to water and water with lemon. If it's the morning, I may have a cup of coffee, 2 at most. I separate the cups by several hours. Coffee within 1 hour of waking up does nothing. A common problem is people drink coffee to wake up, when your body naturally wakes up. Coffee within the first hour does barely anything because your body is already at work. Coffee after 2+ hours is better. Coffee within 1 hour of waking up does nothing. Like Amy said, have a schedule. Be flexible with your schedule though. For me, I didn't work out in the morning, so skipping breakfast was natural and easy to do. However, like I explain in my full article guide, there are tons of different ways to fast. You can skip breakfast and have your first meal around lunch. Then eat for the next 48 hours. 12, 14, 16, 18-hour fasting, etc. Push-up dinner. You could have a breakfast around 9-10 am and then have dinner around 5-6 p.m. That's still fasting. Find something that works with your wake up, work schedule and activity level. Fasting is not new. It is not some new fad. 1, 2, it has been practiced for thousands of years. It is also not unhealthy for you. We have a study of a man who fasted for 382 days under medical supervision. 3. Fasting is not new. We have a study of a man who fasted for 382 days under medical supervision. Most of the health benefits from fasting you do not get from doing intermittent fasting. Most of them come from true fasting 24 hours plus. That's called daily fasting. Most of the health benefits from fasting you do not get from doing intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting could potentially help health biomarkers, however, simply by being in a caloric restriction and losing weight you help them anyways. I do, however, personally recommend it. I know it may sound like I'm not, but the reason is because I know people overmarket and overhype everything in the health and fitness industry. I instead like to take a different approach and instead be real about it and not just do it for the clicks and views. Intermittent fasting, a beneficial tool that can naturally help you eat less and gain control of your eating. My little brother used it when he lost 50 pounds. If you want to read more about it, I wrote a full article guide with links to other free resources for you to use. Footnotes. 1. https://www. ncb. nlm. nih. gov/pmc. 2. Fasting, a history. 3. https www. ncb. nlm. nih. gov/pmc.